Michael here from Beer Baseball Blog, the adventures of craft beer and baseball. This is the Beer Baseball Blogcast, episode 16 for August 18th, 2020. Wherever you are watching us live today, please give us a like and a comment. Let us know that you're out there. And as always, we'd appreciate if you would consider giving us a subscribe, turn on notifications, and even tell a friend. So let's go to the lineup card for today. First up, Angelo Trinidad. A fun fact, his favorite comedians are Joe Coy, Taylor Williamson, and Eliza Schlesinger. Welcome, Angelo.
Hey, Michael. Hey, Kevin. Hey, everyone. How's everyone doing out there?
Definitely wanted to give Angelo a shout out. A great job on the All Angels podcast, which he did an outstanding job. And I love Joe Coy, but I'm not too familiar with the other two. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more about him.
Yeah, so Taylor Williamson is actually a friend of mine. He was one of the finalists on America's Got Talent season. Gosh, I don't even know what season it was, but he was the runner-up actually, and he had actually popped up at a PWG show not too long after that, and we just got to chatting and ended up checking out a Championship Wrestling from Hollywood taping. And I don't know if he still is now, but for years he lived across the hall from a friend of all of us, Rocky Romero. So,
no kidding.
Yeah. So so he's a huge wrestling fan. Actually, if you go back and watch some of his stuff on EGT, in the finals he came out to Real American. So, and that was his walkout song. And a huge wrestling fan. And he actually did a YouTube short on he did some wrestling training, so that's a fun quick watch. And Eliza I actually found out about through one of my best friends. He had seen some of her stuff on Netflix, so I checked out some of her specials, and then we ended up seeing her live for, I think it was his birthday or his girlfriend's birthday, but super funny. So I've seen Taylor and Eliza live. I've yet to see Joe Coy live, but I'd love to get the opportunity to do that at some point. So
yeah, I love him on the Adam Carolla podcast. That's how I first learned of him, and his impressions are amazing. I love all of his characters too. Now, betting second, Kevin Lyon. Fun fact: his favorite comedians: Bill Hicks, George Carlin, and Sam Kinison. Tell me more about that, Kevin.
Well, I'm going back to Taylor, too. I actually saw Taylor Williamson last year in Vegas at the wrestling.
Right? The Starcast? Yep.
He was hosting a panel on the Dark Side of the Ring. If you're a wrestling fan, you should really look up Dark Side of the Ring. It's a series on Vice that went behind the scenes on it's not all sad, but, it's so amazing to see some of the stories about legends you would have seen growing up as a kid in wrestling. But on to my comedians. It was really funny because we got asked the question, and I sent the first review I thought was Bill Hicks and George Carlin, and I got, oh my God, from Michael, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what's wrong? And also he's like, yeah, the first two. I'm like, oh, okay. And when I was telling him, I didn't even know who Bill Hicks was till years after he passed away.
Oh, wow.
And then I turned me on to him, and I'm just like, who is this guy? Because he passed away, I think he was only in his 33, something like that. He passed away in the
early 90s, like 94, 95.
Yeah. And so a couple years later, I found out about it, and then I just was looking for whatever I can download back then. This is like the Napster period. I'm downloading whatever I can find of him. Now it's easy. Just go on YouTube and watch so much of him. So he was so far ahead of his time for what he was doing.
Yeah, I saw him first on the Rodney Dangerfield Young Comedian specials, and from there I was hooked, and I wanted to go see him, and I wasn't able to. But it was during that comedy boom of the early '90s that I first kind of knew about him. I mean, George Carlin will always be, a seminal favorite of mine. And we were having this discussion. It was really hard to decide.
It really was.
By the way, I'm Michael Mondragon. My comedians are Bill Hicks, George Carlin, and the late great Brody Stevens. I bring up Brody for a special reason. Not only is he one of my favorite comedians, he became one of my favorite comedians. More recently, I would say within the last 5 or 6 years, or I would even say maybe even 7 years at this point. But he was a popular guy here in LA. You probably saw him. He had a very small part in The Hangover, which he talks about lovingly. But one of the things that Brody suffered with mental illness, something that he talked about a lot in his comedy. He was very open with it, and he took his life last year in February. And today is 8/18, August 18th, and I'm wearing a shirt. Brody actually played baseball at Arizona State, but he was more known for his comedy. He actually here's actually a shot of him. He was playing for the Sun Devils. He actually became a huge baseball fan outside of it, but a super fan. When he died, people were tweeting about him from Major League Baseball, from minor league baseball, from college baseball. So he made a huge impact. He really got in. He used to have videos of him throwing against a wall, or throwing like almost like a live simulated game against someone. Like he would just have videos of it, just like him popping the glove. And he was really super influential to me in comedy. Because I love comedy. So like he was like heads and tails above everybody else. And he was, but he suffered with this and eventually took his life. And one of the things that I'm trying to create awareness for, especially because this technically it's an unofficial Brody Day, 8/18. And the reason I say 8/18 is because he references back to the area code of LA. Actually, I have an 8/18 area code, and he was 8/18 till he died. And he says like, hey, he actually went to Reseda High School. He was actually very good. But his comedy is what really made him and what made him prominent. But I would like to stress mental health in this pandemic. Mental health is going to be more important than anything that we deal with long term. So if you're struggling, which I was, and I admit fully for a long time, probably longer than I care to admit, but I have great friends around me, and sometimes you don't see that within mental illness. So if you'd like to know more about that, please get in touch with us here through social media, and we will direct you to the places that we can help you with. And yeah, I just want to put that out there. God bless you, Brody. And as I have a video that you can look up. It's one of my archive videos when I went to Arizona that I dedicated this blog and all my efforts to Brody at the beginning of this, because he meant so much to me. And I watch him every single week just to make sure that his memory is still alive. So Chad M says, yes, 8/18, the San Fernando Valley, which he would talk about a lot. So I want to put that out there. Don't want to bring the show down. I got to bring it back up, bring the energy back up. Brody was all about positive energy, push and believe. And we're going to do that. God bless you, Brody, and we love you. All right. So with that, let me get to my presenter view here and ask, I'm going to go with Angelo's first. What are you drinking and what are you wearing today?
Awesome. So tonight I'm drinking from Great Divide Brewing Company, their Heyday Modern IPA. So this one is 5.8 ABV with a 45 IBU. It's described as a complex hop combination of American, New Zealand, Australian, and German. Has a tropical fruit, berry, and melon blend within it. And it's described as a balanced drinking experience. And I had a couple sips before the show, and I've had a couple sips since the show started, and it's quite refreshing. I actually had my beer mug in the freezer for 2 days leading up to this, so added that nice little extra touch. Today I'm wearing my SoCal Heat Wave attire. I have my Nike Angels tank and my batting practice hat. But I also wanted to look at this glorious tan. Like, I didn't realize how tan I was till I see myself on camera. But look at that amazing corn tan. So comment if you're a fan of my tan.
It looks more like a genetic tan. I think you're dark by genetics. No.
Yes, but I look really dark right now. This is
okay.
Crazy. Yeah, this is definitely a tan. It's like almost on. It's not quite on par, 88 Hogan, but pretty close.
What's that referee for NXT? Drake?
Drake. Oh, dude.
Yeah, Drake. Yeah.
The Tannis in the
The
game. Man.
Awesome, Angelo. So, yeah, that's a good one. I've had that one before. Is that the 19 ounce can, or is it the?
I got the big one.
Oh, the big one. Yeah, that's
the big one,
the one.
and I got a second one on deck. So this will be a fun show.
Right on. All right, Kevin, you're up.
All right. Well, as I've been doing the last few weeks, I go to Red Beer Tap Room Anaheim, which is over by Angel Stadium in the Honda Center. Get a growler for every week, but the last couple times I went, I always would have a pint of this, and I'm like, I gotta get the full growler and represent it on the show. This is, if people have had the Tangerine Express by Stone, this is the hazy version of that. So it's actually, they use like tangerine puree to get the citrusy flavor in there, and this is that 6.7 ABV, 75 IBU, so maybe a little high for you, Angelo, but it has like a nice citrusy kick to it. This is really good.
Yeah, that's a favorite of mine. Actually, the not the hazy. I haven't had the hazy.
Yeah,
Everything's
no.
coming out hazy now.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And yeah, I'm loving the variations on it because I loved just the Tangerine Express IPA. So the hazy, I'm sure, is delicious.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
It's good. And today I'm representing the Eastern League for AA ball because I got to go to an Akron Rubber Ducks. Look closely, that is not the Anaheim Ducks. This is the Akron Rubber Ducks. If you look, you can see maybe the tire because Akron is known as the Rubber City. And I got to go to a game there about 4 years ago. And on the same trip, I got to go to a game in Erie, Pennsylvania, where it's the Erie Seawolves, and both teams are in the AA level Eastern League.
Yeah, and you always said it before, like you don't like wearing yellow and orange, and now you have like a plethora of yellow and orange.
In the name of baseball, yeah. Orange makes I wore an orange shirt, and at one point else I see this photo, and it looks like I'm all bloated and gigantic. I'm like, what happened? So now I'm gonna just own it because why not? In the name of baseball.
Well, I have a special one from my buddy Kevin Ziegler, from my old stomping ground in Phoenix, Arizona. We actually played high school baseball together, and so he sent me a whole bunch of Arizona beers. But this was one that was in there. It is the Pliny for President, a double dry hopped double IPA. It is 8% ABV, and are you ready for this? I hit the century mark, just like the Mercury outside. 100 IBU. Wow. So there it is. It's actually very limited, and yeah. So and
well,
it says
all the Pliny stuff is right because I've never had a Pliny of the Elders. I heard it's so hard to find. Just the regular.
It is. It's very what do you call it? Not seasonal. Well, technically it is seasonal, but it's very limited. Yeah.
Seasonal and regional, probably.
Yes. It says this is the Pliny's fourth time for running for president with the keg party in the past 16 years, and this is the first time it's been in a can. So this is a big deal. So I'll open this up.
Can I ask a question while you open that? Is it actually eligible because it says it's from Russian River? Is it a Russian beer?
So stuff in the ballot box. It's all corrupt.
Come on. Let's not go down that road.
Yeah, exactly. Cheers. Yeah. All right. Cheers to everyone out there.
Cheers, everyone.
And let us know what you're drinking out there. Ed is out there saying Angelo killing it early in the game.
Yep.
And then Angelo fully planning to get his beer on the on deck circle like that. Yep. All right. So my presenter view keeps on going away. So this is this day in baseball history for August 18th. This has been a really fun journey. Just going from these days. I was trying to make it the week, but it's like these days have been really, really interesting. All right. August 18th, 1910, Rickwood Field, the first concrete and steel ballpark in the minor leagues, opens in Birmingham with the hometown Barons scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th in their exciting 3-2 walk-off victory over Montgomery. I'm sure they weren't the Montgomery Biscuits back then. I'm sure they were something else.
I feel like I should have worn my Baron shirt today.
Well, oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, you got to stay cool there. You got to do what's right for you. The Alabamian landmark, which will become the oldest surviving professional baseball park in the country, is well attended by the citizens of a booming iron and steel town, often drawing standing room only crowds in excess of 10,000 fans in the first decade of its existence. So this is very interesting because, and here's a picture from today. So it's still held up very well. And Kevin, we have a friend who actually went to the Rickwood Classic.
Thank you. I'm like, wait, where's my program? Yeah, so they actually do one game a year. As you can see on here, this is the one from last year. They do one game at the Rickwood Park every year, and it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome to see they did the old style program. And we had someone who was lucky, who was nice enough to not only he was able to go because he had to be over there. He actually brought us back a program from that game, like a nice souvenir. And I'm like, where is it? I'm like, oh, good, you got it.
I covered for you, but did you know that I was going to show this, or
I should have? I don't know why I should have known, but I just realized, like, where is it? Do I have it handy? And I tried to reach over. I'm like,
I should have told you up front, but yeah, this is.
Right.
I can't believe that they still have games, and they were just talking about the Negro Leagues, and so this has been coming up a lot. This stadium, the fact that it's still there, still operates. If you go back here and if you look really closely down it says no betting in this park, right past the dugout right there.
Wow.
So it's still there. I mean, it's still there from like years ago. So I guess it was like, 10 year, like the White Sox scandal. I mean, it was like a big deal. So they always kept that signage there, which I thought was really cool.
What is anything played there year round, or what are they? Because the field looks immaculately maintained. Yeah. And if they're only playing one game a season there,
I'm sure there must be other stuff going on throughout the season.
It's other small teams, I think. Yeah.
That's
but
awesome.
The Barons that played there for a while, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll have to do the research on that. But I didn't notice it. But they were talking a lot about the Negro Leagues, and so there's a lot of Negro League games that were played in here. All right, and speaking of stadiums, this is Braves Field in Boston, Massachusetts. And on August 18th, 1915, Boston defeats the Cardinals in their debut at Braves Field 3-1. The concrete and steel facility, which took only 5 months to construct, which is amazing, becomes the first ballpark to seat more than 40,000 fans. So 1915, obviously baseball was booming at that time. So very interesting.
And that's interesting because there might be a couple stadiums now that don't even have 40,000. A couple of the more modern fields might have a capacity close to, if not maybe a little more than that.
Yeah. Ed asked, what's older, Rickwood Field or Kevin?
I'm not going to give my age on the air. Believe it or not, Rickwood Field is actually just a little bit older than me. It's close. Wow.
Yeah.
It's close. I'll be doing it that much.
All right, August 18th, 1940, Jimmy Power, sports editor of the Sunday New York Daily News, causes a flap when he suggests the Yankees' poor play this season can be attributed to a mass polio epidemic contracted from Lou Gehrig. The former Yankee first baseman and his roommate, Bill Dickey, filed suit, resulting in the newspaper to apologize and retract its story at the end of the next month. Wow. Angelo, ripped from today's headlines. This could be very easily be today's story as well as obviously 1940.
Right, absolutely. We just have to replace polio with coronavirus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the way people are fighting now in these games, I would say that it has to do with something. Everybody's super irritated right now.
I think just in general, that's just everyone's on edge, and I think there's I think everyone's kind of has a high level of sensitivity right now based on what's going on, and it's crazy. I feel like and that kind of transcends over into sports. I mean, I feel like I've seen more bench clearing incidents this season, or at least in the last 20 games, than we have in any other 20 game period. So,
yep.
Well, people were upset about the Tatis thing yesterday. People are like,
well, that's what I was going to say. If you're the leading home run hitter in the league, you do not swing on a 3-0 pitch, even though it's grooved right down the middle. So, how dare you?
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, stop playing and take a strike.
Yeah.
And Kevin,
stop
sir.
being a competitor.
yes. We're only paying you millions of dollars to play this sport, so take a pitch.
So
go ahead.
one thing I was going to add to this. So interesting that Gehrig retired in a year and a half before this, and it's saying it's contracted from him. So did they think? I mean, because
potentially
Gehrig
saying it's a
retired-
lingering effect. I didn't even put that together.
39.
That's
and,
a good. Wow.
Contracted with Gehrig, so they think he had polio.
Wow.
Because ALS, or Lou Gehrig disease. Obviously it's named for him, so obviously not much information was known about that then.
Wow, that's interesting.
How something like that could just so spiral out of control. It sounds like, again, coronavirus.
So Kevin, what's another famous Jimmy Powers in our world?
Oh, come on. Why are we going to talk about wrestling here? Is he that famous? Oh, gosh.
Jumping Jimmy Powers, man.
Oh, my God.
The young stallion.
Jumping Jim and Pretty Paul.
What a young stallion he is.
The forgotten horseman right there, Paul Romo.
Oh, that's God. Right. The forgotten horseman. Also, one half of Power and Glory with Hercules.
Yeah.
Hey, they still to this day, I think one of the best finishers, Power and Glory.
Oh, yeah. They were actually pretty good during that time.
The Powerplex.
The Powerplex. That's a great name. I should have actually known that one. August 18th, 1962, the game against Baltimore is delayed twice when the Indian starter pitcher Pedro Ramos is asked to change his uniform with the right-hander complying with the request by first changing his shirt, then returning to the Memorial Stadium locker room for a different jersey and hat. The umpires suspect the Cleveland right-hander is doctoring the baseball. Could this happen in today's baseball without people getting beanballs, especially now?
Was he asked to change his uniform because the umpires suspected he was doctoring the baseball with something on his jersey? Yeah. Is that?
That's a very good question because
it's
did the other team ask for it?
Yeah,
right. Or do they suspect that he's doctoring the baseball because he's leaving the field to change and come back?
Oh, interesting.
Look,
so that's
changing the hat. Come on, I learned this from watching the Bad News Bears as a kid.
Exactly.
The old Vaseline on the hat.
Exactly.
Bad News Bears taught me about baseball as a kid. All right, taught me how to cheat and drink. I'm just kidding.
Hey, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Yes, sir.
Jesse Ventura.
Yep.
August 18th, 1965, after hitting a ball on top of the pavilion at Sportsman's Park, Braves outfielder Hank Aaron is denied a homer when Chris and are you going to say this last name, Kevin?
Pelakudis
calls him out. The home plate umpire's decision is influenced by Cardinal catcher Tim McCarver, who is jumping up and down, insisting the eventual home run champion had stepped out of the batter's box. So not only could he have hit more home runs, the umpire listened to Tim McCarver and actually reversed the call. This whole thing sounds suspect.
Absolutely.
So
once a week you have to have something that favors your team, the Cardinals. Once a week has to be something.
I was just favoring my team
because they helped the Cardinals. The Cardinals, if the Cardinals won that game, there's you didn't put the foul score up there. That can make a difference in the ball game, sir.
That's true. And then in that case, what a brilliant call, right?
Yeah. All right. Yes, sir.
August 18th, 1967, Tony Conigliaro's left cheekbone is shattered by a fastball thrown by Angels hurler Jack Hamilton. See, I went for a Cardinals positive and I went for an Angels negative. No, I didn't mean to do that. The 22-year-old Red Sox slugger will miss the rest of 1967 and all the next year and will never come close to the Hall of Fame potential displayed during his first 3 seasons. Now, I only know this because of these pictures. It was pretty gruesome. And, this was supposed to be a guy who was supposed to do really super great. This cut down his career. And if I'm not mistaken, these... What's that?
I don't like what you're doing here. Because this is another thing that relates to your team. Because
yes.
Yeah, you know where I'm going here. He was doing incredible this year, and if you look at the year, it's 1967. The Red Sox made the World Series that year, and they didn't have this guy. If he was on the team, they easily could have beat who, Michael, in the World Series?
My St. Louis
Tell me.
Cardinals.
The St. Louis Cardinals. And then look, it was a 7-game series too. Tony Khan, he could have easily made the difference.
Yeah,
easily.
for sure.
Because that was an incredible team. I think Yastrzemski got the Triple Crown that year, if I remember correctly.
Mm. So this was the Red Sox year. It was like, and this was like in the early days of like batting helmets and stuff like that. Like they still kind of wore they weren't so much like they are today. They were just basically just like plop on top of your head, and even they had they wore them on top of their hats too, so they weren't even secure.
They're wearing the what they now serve the ice cream sundaes in at the ballpark.
Yes, yeah, and they probably had the same plastic. That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
But I always thought this guy got like his eye is obviously blackened, but I always thought that like I've seen people getting hit, and like this is actually not as bad as going back, and I've seen a lot worse. And like I saw somebody, I think it was for the Pirates. Got hit in the face at a Diamondbacks game, and it was terrible to see, in person.
I mean, it honestly ruined this guy's career. Because this guy.
And think about Kirby Puckett too.
He was awesome.
Kirby Puckett too. When he got hit, his career went straight down from then too.
Yeah.
All right, August 18th, 1972. After playing in 414 games and accumulating over 1,500 career at-bats, Larry Bowa hits his first major league home run, an inside the park round tripper at Veterans Stadium, which was AstroTurf, I believe, so he probably got an extra added bounce there. It will take another 2 years before the 26-year-old shortstop, who will go deep only 15 times in his 16-year career, will put a ball over the fence for a homer. So are you familiar with Larry Bowa at all, Angelo?
I'm familiar with the name, not too familiar with his career scope of work, but I mean, getting his first home run with the inside the park round tripper, pretty awesome feat.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too. And this guy was like a fiery guy. Like I remember when he was manager.
He was a manager, wasn't he?
Yeah, I believe he was manager, but he's also definitely a coach, because I remember him getting thrown out as a coach a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
So he was always vocal and a fiery guy.
So I'm looking here. So 414 games, that's like what? Almost 3 seasons where he gets 1, 2 years to get 2. And all of a sudden the last decade he gets what? Like 13 more? So obviously he must have gotten some got a little extra help there, right? I mean, come on. He was
Let's see. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking like the ballparks also led to it too. I mean, like I said, those AstroTurf fields and people were getting. I remember watching like my one of my first Cardinal games. I think it was like not first, but it was like '85, and I remember Ken Landra leading off and hitting this kind of soft liner in front of Andy Van Slyke, and it just bounced right over him for an inside the park home run. It was like I can't imagine playing on those things. It was like playing in an ice rink or something like that. Or trying to field the ball is even worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Veteran Stadium was the worst for that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. August 18th, 1989, Bucky Dent replaces Dallas Green as the Yankees manager. The turnover marks the 17th time the team has changed skippers during George Steinbrenner's 17-year tenure as the club's owner. I'm sure Ed out there, a Yankees fan, has a lot to say about this one, but wow, he had his thumbprint was on this team. It was no joke.
And you know what? I'm glad you said his name, because I can't say his name on the air, because if I say it, I'm going to include the F word. I can't even say it.
Are we a family program, even though we drink beer?
I don't know. I'm not gonna be the first person to drop an F-bomb on this show, sir.
we can potentially lose. We can potentially lose monetary sponsorship if we curse.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks, Don Zimmer. Yeah, I can't say the man's name because of Don Zimmer. Thank you.
All right, August 18th, 1996. After arriving at the ballpark feeling ill, Padres third baseman Ken Caminiti, refusing to be taken out of the lineup, goes on to hit 2 home runs and drives in 4 runs in the team's 8-0 win over the Mets at Mexico's Estadio de Béisbol Monterrey. The eventual National League MVP, a food poisoning and dehydration victim, recovers when he receives 2 liters of fluids and eats a Snickers bar before the start of the game.
Wow.
Now,
How is that
dehydration,
possible?
Kevin.
Yeah.
What did he have, the brown bottle flu or what?
I don't know. I mean,
He drank the water. That's what
yeah.
happened.
I mean, I
All
guess
right.
they always say
He
you
drank
don't
the
drink
water.
water. Or in those commercials, the old commercial, it would be like, we think they put in the ice, and it's like, uh-oh.
Oh, exactly. I know that's always like the thing, the realization when you're actually crunching on the ice.
But you know what? How did Snickers not know about this? Snickers has made all their
Hey.
commercials last year just being like this.
It should have been
Not yourself.
it should have been that season, the Snickers National League MVP.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you always see Snickers. Actually, they were. I don't know if they still are, but I'm sure that they are. They were actually a big sponsor of U.S. soccer.
I believe they still are. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were trying to, the people always used to say like, "Oh, I'm going to energize up with a Snickers bar." I'm just like, not so much.
Again, you're not being yourself today. Here, Snicker bar thing. It's a home run.
All Angels podcast says sounds like a night on the town. I totally agree. 100%. For
1000%.
anybody that's been in Mexico, they know what you're talking about.
Yeah, not Monterey, but Mexico City had some fun there.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We'll talk about the border towns. We're not talking about the border towns.
Here's a question to all you: do you think that we'll go to Mexico in this decade as Americans?
Never say never, but maybe.
Wait,
Not
you mean
looking good, but
you mean to visit? You mean to visit?
just to go visit.
The board, it's open right now.
Okay.
It's open.
All right.
And I'm scheduled to go this year, so we'll see.
Are you really? Oh my
Okay.
gosh! All right.
Where?
So take a Snickers bar.
Are you going to Monterey?
Not Monterey. Not that deep.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to bring it back to Angels fans. August 18th, 2000, Tim Salmon becomes the franchise leader in home runs with his 4th inning solo shot off Roger Clemens in the Angels' eventual 9-8 extra inning victory over New York at Yankee Stadium. The Anaheim DH's 223rd career round tripper surpasses the total of Brian Downing, who had established the halo mark in 1990. Now,
Yes.
how far away is Mike Trout, and in what place is he?
How far away? Has he already passed him?
Exactly.
But while Angelo may be thinking about this, I will give you my fun Brian Downing fact.
Go for it.
My cousin is named after Brian Downing.
Is he really?
Yes. My cousin Brian, his name is Brian J. Lyon, but the first name is spelled B-R-Y. But yeah, he was named for Brian Downing because that was his mom's favorite player.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where we went to go meet him at an autograph signing for free at the Buena Park Mall, and we got cut off in the line, weren't going to get it. She's 8 months pregnant. She sees an autograph photo under the table. She crawls under the table, 8 months pregnant, just grabbed this autograph photo that's laying on the ground. I don't know if he messed it up or what, and just grabbed it and snagged it and ran off. I'm like,
wow.
There's a big Brian Downing fan right there. Cheers to Gwen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Trout's already surpassed that at this point, 223 for sure.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So, you know what? I mean, wouldn't that have been a bigger deal?
Yeah.
That he surpassed it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're talking about arguably the best player in baseball.
All right, let's see if anybody out there can give us the answer, like who's in first place, because and it's funny, it's so ironic. I mean, I really wish the Angels would do something with salmon and trout, more of the fish type of. I said this to Kevin a long time ago. I mean,
how can you not already past two? But I'm like in my head, I'm like, wait a minute. If you average 30 a year for 7 years, he'd be at 210. Like, it's got to be like right there. Like, all right. Just to be different, I'll go a little under. Let me say he's at 217. Although he's probably past him, but I'll just Although when did he start in 2013? When did he come up? You have to get the first year. I want to say he's had
2014 was his first full season.
Yeah. So you know what? He actually might not be there yet because it's not like he's averaging 50 home runs a year. But if he's played 6 full seasons, he'd have to be averaging about 35 or so. So it's close. I think we would know this. All Angels podcast. Come on. I thought he'd instantly be giving you a comment here.
Exactly.
Don't keep us hanging. If you're not getting a response, what is it, Michael? Why isn't that the trivia question?
Yeah, exactly. So let's let's look right here. Batting leader, home runs.
Did he hit one today? That can count. I heard he almost got beaned. He's only got beaned twice today, apparently.
Okay. So Mike Trout has 295. So he's actually, four away. So that's the whole thing. It's like, I'm surprised there hasn't been a bigger countdown, and
that's where I got mixed up because I was like, wait, what's his final number? I was thinking 223.
299. Salmon's it's 299.
Yeah, see, I didn't know what Salmon's number was because I was going 223 sounds low for Salmon. So okay.
Oh yeah, it's 223 at the time, and then 299 for a total.
That threw me off. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
so
he's
it's coming up.
He said he's at 290.
No, he's at 295.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
that's coming soon.
Five home runs will be 300 for him, and he'll be the all-time Angels. Yeah.
The map didn't add up right in my head. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So he's right there. He's knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I'm really surprised they have not made a bigger deal about this.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they might in the next week or so. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think you should put it out there. I think All Angels podcast. Halo Haven, please, please put the word out.
You better hurry it out there because he might pass it today, for all you know.
That's very true.
By the end of the week, the guy's just a week in my career. I just all-time Angels home run.
All right, so this is baseball card pack war, something we're really looking forward to today because we have a little bit of a variance on this. As always, we get all of our baseball cards from Hall of Fame Baseball Cards in Arcadia, California. Here are the pack war standings, and it is a race. Angelo has climbed back within two. Because Kevin has less games here. But if he loses a couple here, percentage-wise, you could probably take it over. Nice run. So, but we're all within the hunt. This has become very competitive, and
why do you think we've had no more guests on? What? I say that out loud.
Yeah, we might take the guest out as part of this because it's getting super competitive. Here are the baseball card pack wars rules. You open your pack. A relic card knocks out one participant of choice. An autograph card knocks out two. After all packs are opened, a high number card wins for the first two rounds, but we're actually going to do a wild card for the third round, and we'll explain that when we get to it. As always, we collectively drink when we get a Brewers card. And Cowboy Jack, if you're out there watching, we hope you are, drink after every card, except if you're behind the wheel. We do not want you to hurt anybody out there.
Cowboy Jack might already be passed out. I haven't heard him interact at all today.
And
All Angels Podcast says Angel PR isn't great. So, that should have definitely been out there.
Well, don't get. I'll say is I should just zip my lip. But I know one of their big heads retired last year. I don't know if he was in PR, but one of the top guys in the team retired after working there for 30 years. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so Angelo, why don't you go first?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get started with our 2 packs of Topps 2020 opening day.
All right.
Quick rip, 7 cards per pack. So let's see what we got here.
And I don't know if there is any in this, but we've had no relics or autographs in these boxes yet. I don't know if
there are, Kevin, but if you look at the odds on the back of the pack, opening day autograph, 1 in every 917 packs.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, yeah. I feel like there's 917 packs in this box. And I'm like, how do I still have 10 packs left?
Well, these retail about $2 a pack, so you can't imagine that the odds are going to be that great.
Very low price point.
Max Muncy. Sean, don't call me Justin Bieber. One of my favorite photos from the 2020 Top Series, Ramon Laureano. Giancarlo Stanton. Matt Olson. Will Smith. And opening day Open Athletics with the entire top deck tarped off.
Yeah. And that would have been with the Angels, I believe.
Let's see those Brewers, says Bubble Puck.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
We got to get Angelo to get to his next beer.
Dan Vogelbach. I'm almost there.
All right, good. Well, get a brewer.
Eduardo Rodriguez, DJ LeMahieu, Wilson Contreras, Michael Conforto. I got gypped with the National Baseball Card Day insert that just passed.
Boo.
And opening day at one of the most beautiful ballparks, Petco Park, San Diego.
Yeah.
Look at that! Look at that shot of the ripple of the flag.
Oh yeah,
so nice.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Really good.
All right,
All right.
that's it.
All right,
Kevin, you're up.
Well, I'm up. All right. Well, all right. Let's see what we got here in our first one. Uh-oh. Sorry, I don't want to rip any of these cards here. Let's see what we got here. A new Yankee, Garrett Cole. Boston Red Sox? Mookie Betts? No. But wait, but the Garrett Cole is a Yankee card. Wait a minute.
Funny.
All right. We got Brian Anderson. Dustin May. Sonny Gray. El Hijo. I was gonna say Biggio, but Gavin Biggio, one of the many second generation players on that team.
Yeah.
And my opening day is the Minnesota Twins. Let's see what we got here in the second one.
I was hoping to go to that ballpark this year too.
I know, me too.
D. Gordon. We talked about before his father, Tom Flash Gordon. Joey Lucchesi. Eric Hosmer. Come on, Brewers. Domingo Santana. Carter Kieboom. Or Kaboom, I don't know. George Springer. And Minnesota Twins mascot TC Bear. Sorry, no Brewers. Coming up dry. Coming up dry.
It's up to you, Mike.
Oh my God, a lot of pressure. If fans are allowed next year, need a Halo Haven beer baseball trip to Petco. 1,000%.
1,000%.
1,000%.
Yeah, no doubt whatsoever. We will make that happen. So let's do this. All right, Dansby Swanson, who I saw at the Hillsboro Hops.
That's a nice shot too.
It seems like eons ago. Trey Turner. Let me make sure that I have like that. Yeah. Carlos Oyacamova Santana. Jesus Lazardo. Kevin's friend, Nolan Arenado.
Nolan? Oh, my old friend Nolan. Yeah.
Yep. Decoy card. Boo.
Boo.
Yeah, it's funny that here they were wondering. The Hall of Fame was like, when is baseball card day? This was actually kind of lost. It's August 8th. It's already passed.
Yeah.
Opening day is Toronto Blue Jays. Okay. So second pack.
Next one
is, I can't believe, we're gonna get shut out on Brewers? Can't be. John Means.
I'm gonna start drinking anyway. I mean, I do anyway, but whatever.
Marco Gonzalez, former Cardinal.
I just want a big drink on camera. I can empty my
Eugenio
jug.
Suarez. Nelson Cruz, my favorite right fielder.
What? Not Cole Calhoun?
Go back to the 2011 World Series.
Oh, yeah.
Dakota Hudson. And we got shut out on Brewers because it's a Matt Chapman and Philadelphia Phillies opening day.
Wow.
All right. I can't believe we got shut out. That is brutal.
I'm playing by jug. I'm so upset about this.
That is pretty bad. Okay, so Kevin. I'm sorry, Angelo, you went first, right?
Hey.
Yeah, so my high card is Dan Vogelbach, 198.
Whoa.
Might be
And
tough to beat.
I was feeling confident. I have 193 and 192.
Wow.
You got the third best card out of the set because there is 200 in the set, if I remember.
And I didn't come anywhere close. 142. Awful.
Yes,
my
I got
God.
that. I got that all Angels.
Wow,
rub again.
I actually-
got that all Angels rub.
Gosh, you're doing better than the Angel. I mean,
That's insane. So, Angelo, you're up again.
All right, we will go to Topps Series 2.
See what we got because I know I already got the relic in all this, so we'll see what else. Let's see if we can find any other fun stuff in here.
David Bednar, Trevor Story, Austin Romine,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Brantley, Christian Walker, Walker Bueller. That's interesting. Rick Porcello, Brandon Nemo, Ozzy Albies, Austin Slater, a nice New York State of Mind reflective.
Nice.
We got that other insert Gavin Lux rookie. That's a nice one.
Wow.
That'll go in one of my handy dandy top loaders, courtesy of
Yep.
Michael Mondragon.
It's a disco machine card.
Yes.
Albert.
I've heard of that guy.
And Shed Long.
Right on. All right. You're up.
I better have 14 brewers in this pack. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we still have not hit one. We might get.
Not
We
one,
cannot get shut
not
out.
a one. Oh, Akiyama Shogo.
Nice.
Reds. Seth Mayhouse Bream. All these guys I've not heard of. Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally happened. Get your beers ready. Adrian Hauser from the Brewers.
Finally,
Cheers,
let's
boy.
do it.
Now I don't even know where my beer is. Where's my jug? There it is.
Where's my jug?
You know what? The bit's working. I'll just keep it going here. Wilson Ramos. Christian Walker. Walker Bueller.
Hey, that was the same combo.
Rick Porcello.
Same card I got.
Brandon Nimmo.
Got that same one.
Was that the same one? Oh my god. Well, I don't remember you mentioning Ozzy Albies. I don't remember you mentioning. You did?
Yep.
I wasn't paying attention then. Austin Slater.
Yep.
Jorge Soler.
Didn't get that one. No.
That's an insert. I'll do that one last. So I can get a look at it. Stevie Wilkerson. Dylan Bundy as an angel. That's cool. And this one is called Warriors of the Diamond, Dwight Gooden.
Oh, that's a good.
Oh, wow.
I got one of
That's
these.
cool. Yeah.
So I guess that's his war score is a 12-2.
Nice.
Interesting.
Nice.
Cool. All right, Michael, you're up.
All Angels podcast. The push is real, Angelo.
Yes, brother.
He's giving you. I like it. All right, so let's do this. Oh, by the way, this hat is Chamuco Studio. It's actually an artist that's kind of based on the Arizona State Sun Devil. That's why I wore it with my brother Stevens today.
I didn't realize it was something different. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Alex Cobb. Yeah, you can get it off like the Hat Club, but like they're starting to sell out like in a minute now. I got it when it was actually still, you can still get it. Cincinnati Reds team card. Andrew Knapp. Chad Wallach. Jose Osuna. I always love this guy's uniform. It looks like it's about to fall off. It's like a softball uniform.
Yeah.
It's going to fall off. Gio Urshela. Luis Renfigo.
And him.
Steven Dugar. Renato Nunez. I have a something, and I have a Jose Trevino.
Uh-huh.
A Tom Murphy. And get your beers ready because you're going to be sitting out one, a relic of Keston Hira.
Wow.
Wow.
We got a relic. We got 2 relics in that box. And you know what's funny, Michael? Both Brewer. Both Brewer relics. That's great.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because mine was the Lorenzo Kane.
Locaine. Dun, 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 dun.
No, but wait. You got to pick who's out.
I do.
You get to throw one of us out.
I do.
Yeah, you got to decide.
I'm gonna throw you out, Kevin. Of course, I'm gonna get
How
Angelo
dare
back.
you. How dare you? You're gonna throw out the hot team.
Yep.
Now watch. You're gonna lose because of this. Watch. I'm waiting to see you
Okay.
lose because of this.
Well, you were nice enough to throw me out last time, so I'm just I say
I
receipt,
did not
brother.
You threw yourself out your own show. All right?
He
I
just,
can't help
he
you
just,
lost your
hey,
bucket.
he just CVS receipted you, Kevin.
I know. That's right.
688, Austin Romine.
688.
688.
Oh, that's gonna be tough to beat.
I can't wait to see what his card is.
700, I think, is the kill
Yes,
card.
it's 700. Just because I want to show what mine is when we're done. Because I bet you he's going to lose because of this.
Yes. My highest card is 662.
Okay.
Angelo is back in the game.
So wait a minute. Michael, if you would have thrown Angelo out, my card, telling you, because you got to look at the number, 660.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So you made the incorrect call, sir.
And so you did last time too.
Yeah, I know.
Those are Pac West, Pac West. Chad M. Bernie Brewer
I
went down the slide for that one. I like that a lot.
Before we move on,
Yes, thank you, Chad.
Daniel, when can I be on the show again?
Yeah. Daniel's already like hitting you up. He's blowing up your phone.
You lose one. Calm down, sir. I haven't won in like 2 weeks.
You are back in. I mean, Angelo, you're
in.
right back in the mix. Okay, so
yes.
Time for the wild card.
The wild card.
This is the curveball right here.
Okay, so the curveball of this is who wants to explain it?
I'll explain it really quick.
Go
we were gifted a mystery box from Hall of Fame Baseball Cards, after HOFBC.com, out in Arcadia, California. We got a box looks like this. Inside were some different variations of card holders, which is great because I haven't really had anything to put my better cards in. And also inside is just a bunch of packs of cards. So what we're going to do is, everybody have their bags?
We all have our baseballism bags.
We all have the baseballism bags. Shout out the baseballism. Get a little shake up here. There's newer packs, and we have a couple older packs. And we're literally going to just pick one at random. And Michael, you won the last one, so you get to pick what is going to be.
No, Angelo won.
He did not win the last one. I did.
Oh, that's right. I think you won. You got a relic.
Calm down, Kevin. So I get to pick the stipulation or the pack. Well, what's going to win? So for the sake of this being the first one, I'll do something easy. So we'll do most American League.
Ooh, nice call.
Players.
Okay, hold on.
So
current?
No, based on the year of the pack. The year of the pack, American League affiliation.
Because I believe
there's some vintage packs in there.
Yeah, there's a couple packs that are when the Brewers are in the American League. And the Astros League.
So am I going first?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so my random pack is Topps 2019 Series 2.
Okay.
So American League as of 2019.
So can I ask? Now here's the variant. What if we get like a relic or an autograph? So I mean,
I think the same rules.
So for
apply,
Wildcat,
right?
that's. I think the same rules should apply.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Same rules apply. So here's the rip.
All right. Let's see what magic you got in there. So we said, what league did you say? American. League or National?
Yep.
American.
Okay.
So let's do a count.
Rowdy Tellez.
1.
That's 1.
Nomar Mazara.
2.
Wilmer Font.
Wow.
3.
Corey Niebel. Brewer. Drink it up.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
At least we get the drink for the loser.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, wait. Jeez, I'm trying to keep track.
By the way, this Pliny is amazing.
Francisco Mejia.
Sure. Was that National League? I didn't see.
National League, San Diego. Okay. Reflective.
Ooh, look at that.
Caleb Ferguson.
Nice.
This is what is this? What year?
Ooh, that looks like a 56.
56 Ted Williams.
Oh, there you go. That's it. American League though. So
American League.
That's 4.
Jason Vargas, New York Mets, National League.
Mm-hmm.
Ender Inciarte,
Yep.
Nice.
Braves, National League. Ronald Torres,
Yep.
that's Twins.
That's a Twin. Yep. So that's 5. You're at 5 American Leaguers.
Diamondbacks,
Oh,
Yoshihisa Hirano, National League.
Mhm.
Mets, Dominic Smith. Yu Darvish, Chicago Cubs. And Houston Astros, Max, and now Angel Max Stassi.
So I have 5 for Angelo on that. Is that correct?
Six.
Oh, 6. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That last one. I apologize. My bad.
Yep.
Sorry, 6. So here's the variant in here. I remember he mentioned one of his packs had 4 cards.
Yeah.
So
So
I don't
that's
think I have anything like that.
Topps Chrome only has 4 cards, but I think I was
I
the only one that got
I got 12 cards. So this is the 2020 Panini Prism.
Ooh,
Like-
those are good cards.
yeah.
There's 12 cards. I'm like, oh, this felt thick when I pulled it out. I'm like, oh, well, 12 cards. All right, let's see what we got here. I know
That's a
nothing
nice
about
set.
these.
That's a nice series.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't collected baseball cards in a really long time. All right, let's see what we got here. You're gonna be like, wait, tell me if anything's good here. Oh wow, these are really beautiful cards.
Yeah.
All right, my first card is a Buster Posey. It's gonna be hard to see these. That's National League, obviously. Michael Chavis Boston. So that's 1. Jake Odorizzi, Minnesota. Another Twin. We got Eddie Rosario. So that's 3 American Leaguers. Oh, whoa, gosh, it's hard for me to even see. It's so shiny. For San Francisco, this looks like an insert of some sort. This is Mauricio Dubon. So you see it's a different thing here. This is number 97 of 99.
Nice.
Oh wow. Looks
Yeah,
like a red parallel. Red parallel.
Yes. All right, and next I have a blue parallel of Michael Brantley. At least I'm guessing that's a blue. I don't know if that's a regular set or not.
Yes,
It's a blue
it is.
one.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
That is Houston, so let me put that in my American League pile, which makes 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
All right. Next, I have now on deck card Julio Rodriguez from Seattle. So this is an insert as well, it appears. So it's numbered NOD 10. So that's another American Leaguer. Next, I have, gosh, there's a lot of inserts in this set. Numbers game. This is Nelson Cruz on Minnesota.
It's
And
tied
then
6-6, right?
Gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, sir. And I have a couple cards left. I have like 3 cards left, I believe. Next is Sandy Alcantara from Miami. Chris Sale, Boston. So there we go. Trey Turner, Washington.
Right.
And last is, if it's the rookie card, it's Ronald Bolanos from the Padres.
All right. Nice.
There we go.
So how many total did you have American League?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You ruined my perfect
Yeah,
game.
I know.
So David says, I'm watching hockey as I watch you guys.
All right.
My St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup last year, so I don't have to watch hockey ever again.
we're more exciting than hockey. Sorry, hot take.
Yeah, we are so much more exciting. Like, I mean, I'm going to pick like a baseball card pack and I'm going to open it. Like, how exciting is that? Like,
And
right?
multitasking. What's wrong with multitasking? We're drinking while we're doing this. That's multitasking.
Oh wow! Look
Yeah.
at that. How odd is that?
Oh,
Prism.
is it
Yeah.
the same year?
It's a different pack.
And there's only 5 cards per pack,
Yeah.
so I've already lost.
Yeah.
Yep, you already lost.
You got the jumbo pack, Kevin.
Yep.
The 5 is the standard pack.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But I can still get
You
a
can get a relic. You can get a relic.
relic or an autograph
autograph.
card.
Yeah, it didn't say jumbo pack on here. It just said 12 cards per pack. I'm like, all right. And I went 7 for 12, so that works.
So Max Fried. Yeah, these things are like shiny.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to find the right angle so you guys
Yeah.
can see it.
Yeah,
Might want
exactly.
to like tilt it down a little bit. There you go.
National League. So Ketel Marte.
So watching it all National Leaguers. Jeez. Can you get a Brewer at least?
I got one. I got Matt Boyd from Detroit. Tony Gonzalez at a 199, a super disco machine right there.
Yeah, very nice. Disco.
And then Kyle Lewis. And I blew it.
That's a nice rookie though, Mike. That Kyle Lewis. That's a nice rookie.
He played really great last year. So
man, those cards are trippy. I dig them.
So Kevin, wild card round. Congratulations.
Yeah. Nicely done. So but Angelo with 2 wins, Kevin with 2 wins. I went 0 for 3. I'll take the goose egg.
You said the wild card's 2 points, right?
That's right. So 2 points for that one. Yeah, so I will definitely make that update in the.
Good. I haven't won in weeks. I feel like, so I'll take
it. All right. So let's go back here. Yeah. So I will update these standings.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So let's go to baseball trivia. Let's test your knowledge. As this is where I got this. We're gonna ask you, who am I? And we're gonna ask the people in the comments to also put their guesses in, because we're going to actually have a big reveal at the end.
Oh.
I was an NL All-Star in 1950 through 56 and 1963. I was an NL MVP runner-up in 1955. Controversial, by the way. I am one of 2 players besides Gil Hodges with over 1,000 RBIs during the 1950s. Uh-oh.
No, that's right.
Kevin is.
I left. That's right.
I am the only player to hit 2 home runs or more in 2 different World Series, 1952, 1955. I was selected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1980, and my number 4 is retired with the Dodgers. Who am I? Angelo, go for it. I don't know who it is,
but I'll go to Angelo, because I have my own reveal with this.
Anybody out there in the comments, feel free to put your guess in without looking it up. I will be more impressed if you don't look it up.
So Dodgers Hall of Famer, number 4 retired, number 4 Dodgers.
Oh, wait, it said Dodgers.
Also Baseball Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Well, he's Hall of Famer, played with the Dodgers, number 4, retired, 2 players, 1,000 RBIs, 2 different World Series, 2 home runs or more. Man. Only person that I could think of that potentially would be it, and granted, I don't even recall if it was his jersey number or not, but Duke Snider?
Kevin? Wow.
Duke Snider. How did you have that on deck, Kevin?
It had to be on the side. I have it here. So I'm glad I don't read the whole thing. When I saw the home run different series, I was like, oh my God, it's Duke. So I saw a thing about Willie, Mickey, and the Duke as a kid, and for some reason I gravitated towards Duke. Even though I'm an Angels fan forever, I'm like, one of my favorite all-time players is Duke Snider, and I met him a couple times at card shows when I was a kid. And eventually I got to know him through meeting him at all these shows, because you'd always see me. And so I actually went to his house as a kid. He lived in Fallbrook. I actually went to his house and met his wife and all that. And that day, he actually gave me this painting from his house.
That's awesome.
And it says, like, thanks for being my number 1 fan, Duke Snider. So when I saw it was, I'm like, oh my God, I pulled this out. It's LA Dodgers. I wish it was Brooklyn Dodgers. I wish it was Brooklyn Dodgers. But yeah, I have that in the corner. I've never hung it up here, but I've had that for, my gosh, he gave that to me like 30 years or so ago. Wow, ranked 55 all time. Wow.
And that's I was crazy. Really surprised. What stands out to you? He was an 11th ballot.
Yeah.
1963 All-Star. That's why I can't believe the most. 63 he made as an all-star. Oh, but wait a minute. I see what team he was on. The Mets.
Yeah.
Maybe back then you still had to have one player.
One. Yeah.
That might have been,
Yeah.
the requirement. Every team has a representative. Maybe he was the best player on that 63 team. That's why he made it. Because sometimes you look at the All-Stars, you're like, what's that guy doing? They're like, oh, he's the sole representative of that team.
By the way, I'm gonna put. Please, I want you to comment on this. We're actually gonna do. I'd like to do another game eventually, which is Kevin and I did this, and because we're super baseball nerds. Before people get on other streams, like Zoom streams that we're talking, we'll actually pull up YouTube and we'll try to name the All-Star game. Like they'll go through the lineup, and they will. You'll see the players, and like. We try to name the players before they're announced, and it is super hard sometimes. So I would love to do that game. Like, who is this player? He was an all-star this 79 or 83.
Yeah, because you look on YouTube, they have like the mid-70s all-star games. And I remember as a kid, I would love to see like when the players get introduced. It's cool seeing like all the players not lined up and they're in their jerseys. So it's just like a cornucopia of colors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like beautiful jerseys and all that. I'm like, oh, it's fun to see who made the team. Especially now in retrospect, you're like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. When we saw Goose Gossage and it said
Yeah,
Rich
he didn't even
Gossage.
look like Goose Gossage at all.
Like, there's no way that's Rich Gossage. Like, it's Rich Gossage. You didn't have the stat. So it's hard to tell back then. Pre-Goose.
All right. So he was number 55.
Yes.
So this is the next one. I played baseball for Crenshaw High in Los Angeles. I was drafted number 1 overall in 1980. I was the NL Rookie of the Year in 83, an 8-time All-Star from 84 to 91, the NL leader, home run leader in 88, a 4-time World Series champion, 86, 96, 98, 99. I am not in the Baseball Hall of Fame, but I did appear on The Simpsons episode in 1992. Angelo, you're shaking your head. This is way too much information. You should definitely know this.
I'm gonna assume that
don't assume.
Simpsons episode in 1992 he played for the Albuquerque Isotopes, but I could be wrong.
I can only hope so.
He played for the Springfield Isotopes.
Springfield Isotopes.
Yeah,
man, 4-time World Series champion. So he had 13 years between his first World Series championship and his last. Crenshaw High, NL Rookie of the Year. Man. I don't know.
Pretty sure I know, but
Okay, Angelo. Who won in 1986?
yes.
World Series.
I don't even know, to be honest.
Oh no.
Was 99 the Diamondbacks?
No. 2001 was the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
But I believe all 3 of those are the same team.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's three of the 4 of those are the same team.
Yes.
So I'll say this. I'll say that it's, actually, do I dare say it's the same city?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same city.
All the same city.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll defer to Kevin to get this
All
right.
right. Instead of telling you who it is, I'm going to chant who it is. If I'm correct on this. Daryl.
I don't know why I didn't think of that, because I can see him as a Simpsons character. Yeah, that's Daryl.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
See, that one that's one of the ones that is it's easier than it should have been, and I think the first one is probably harder than it should have been.
Right, exactly. So think about it this way. You know what the thing that got in the way of Darryl Strawberry's career?
Sorry. What?
Yes, yeah. Well, there's actually 2 things: sex and cocaine.
Yeah, I heard a lot.
Yeah, he's a self-admitted sexaholic and
Oh.
a cocaine. So
I thought
like
you were
that totally.
I
So
thought you
it's,
were talking about
imagine
history.
being in L.A. and in New York with those two habits.
He got he was hurt.
Right.
He got injured often though, didn't he?
Uh-oh.
I thought he was hurt too.
Well, yeah. I mean,
but
I
look,
remember.
that 86
I remember.
Mets
I
team-
remember '94 being an injury plague season for him with the Giants,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even
I
remember him with the Giants. That's
Well,
how much.
It's because he was injured most of the season.
I figured as much. I'm like, oh my god, he was a Giant for a year. Like,
And to be fair, it was only like half a season. To be fair, it's 94. So
yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
No wonder
well,
it was off my radar.
the 96, when I saw the 86 World Series, and I'm like, it's got to be Darryl because I can't think who else it would have been. I'm like, God, he was that much of an all-star in that period. He was so good back then. He slept
Ed
very
says
little.
he slept very little. Surprise, surprise. Him
I
and
think
Doc
I-
Gooden both.
Yeah, him and Doc. Yeah, exactly.
Ed says he's the cousin of Eric Davis,
Yep.
which
There's
actually I wasn't even aware of. That's
There's
amazing.
there's actually a resemblance there. So
Totally. All Angels Podcast says I was 1 year old. You were 1 year old in '86.
Minus one.
I was
He was
three.
minus one.
There's no excuse. No. How do I know Duke Snyder? I was born in '70. Kevin's hanging out with him.
Dude.
I know. Yeah,
Speaking of years born, this is just a funny story that's kind of relevant to the conversation. So I was introduced to someone this weekend, and like, oh yeah, like there's a group of us, like, yeah, I've known this guy since '96. Were you guys even born then? I was like, oh yeah, I was born in '96. Then someone else in the conversation, she was like, oh, I was born in 2001.
Oh, geez. Oh, my goodness.
When in 2001? When?
I don't know. She
Okay,
just said she was.
9/11 or post 9/11?
She just said she was born in 2001. I was like,
Wow.
oh my gosh! Like,
I
dude,
know, it's
like,
so crazy.
That blows my mind when people
Yeah.
say they were born in the 2000s. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I had to tell my son about 9/11. Like it's like
Wow.
it's just even explaining that. I'm just like I go, like what's happening now is like 9/11. It's like we don't know what's going on. It's only it's a
Right.
year instead of like a month.
Yeah.
That's like crazy. Yeah, you're right. It's like numbers now. Like there was a guy who's I want to say he's either on the Pirates or the Padres, but he was born in like 2000, and I'm just like what?
ridiculous.
What?
Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous.
Like I can remember what I was doing. I remember I was 30 in 2000.
Like this
And,
kid 20 in the Maple Leafs. God, I was like barely having my first job at 20.
I know, it's so crazy. So if there's any lesson here is that it goes fast and enjoy the ride, right?
Yes. Joe Strawberry.
Definitely.
He
And
enjoyed the
drink while-
ride.
and
Hey,
drink while doing
He
it.
enjoyed the ride.
He
If you wanna
definitely
go-
enjoyed the
look up-
ride.
Look up the last. Oh gosh, the last great plane ride. Is that what it's called on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Where you want to put in the references? Along I hope you can put some Brody Stevens in the references for this episode.
Yes, I will definitely do that. I will definitely put in all these. I will definitely put in this
yes.
this classic.
Hey,
Definitely. I love that he signed it too. I totally want one of these. I would also like to. I'm actually gonna go back to this really quickly. I'm gonna solo myself. I also want to make a quick reference for two things that I think you guys will get a kick out of. In 2015, Brody Stevens actually had an Allen and Ginter card.
Wow.
He also had some other ones which I have, but this is the relic card.
Oh my God,
And
that's
then,
great.
and then this is the autograph.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
So-
cool.
And I have a few more than I care to admit how many I have because I'm trying to collect more. But these are very special to me. And obviously, Brody Stevens, this episode is dedicated to him. My blog is dedicated to him. So if you're struggling mentally, please get the help that you need and or reach out to us. I do therapy weekly, which I'm not afraid to admit. So if you're definitely struggling, and this is a time that you could be struggling, we're all struggling. So please reach out, and we will definitely do what we can to help you. So let me go back here. I love this picture so much. So Angelo, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, so we talked about it at the top of the show, but I guest hosted the All Angels podcast on Sunday's episode, recapping the Freeway series against the Dodgers. We also talked about my hot takes on the season so far. And yes, I did speak about 4 positives specifically. So make sure you check that out on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find your podcasts. And check that out. And thank you guys for tuning in. We are 16 episodes, 17 episodes.
Yeah.
16 episodes deep. So we wouldn't be doing this without your guys' support and putting out this content for you guys. So we appreciate you guys tuning in, and I've been keeping an eye on the chat, and you guys have been so interactive today. And Cowboy Jack Durango's probably passed out on a couch somewhere.
All those cards, every card.
But
he's not like the demo pack. Actually, he didn't like Michael's small pack. That's what he didn't like.
Yeah. But this is definitely one of the highlights of my week, and I'm sure I can say the same for my counterparts. So thank you guys for tuning in, and that's all I got.
All right, Kevin, you're up.
All right. Well, for myself, you have to follow me. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Lock and Loll. That's LOKNLOLL. See whatever I can get into during the pandemic. Also, I always like to say support your local brewery, or if you live in the Orange County area, check out Redbeard's Tap Room. They're in Anaheim. They have 40 craft beers on draft all the time. They're open 6 days a week. The only day they're closed is Monday. They have a little outdoor patio area in their parking lot. If you want to just have a beer, or if you have something like this, you can get something to go. But we want these small businesses to stick around during all this. And support minor league baseball.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, go to your affiliates, your team's affiliates. So if you're following the Brewers, find out what their affiliates are. Go to their merch page and buy something of theirs. A hat, a keychain, anything. Anything helps during this time. They have a lot of great deals. You should definitely support all these fringe teams. Hey, and get to know some of the minor league baseball teams of your, like the stars that are going to come up and play for your Major League Baseball team. Definitely check that out. We are on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube, of course. Hopefully you'll go to YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost to 300, which is fantastic. So please help us in any way that you can. We really love it. We will not see you at the brewery. We will not see you at the ballpark, hopefully soon. But we will see you here next week, next Tuesday. Thank you so much for making this all worthwhile. We love you and good night. Thank you. Peace.